that, ladies and gentlemen, tonight we bring a combination of some very, very special skills to our stage, and a very, very talented man is going to be performing for you. Not only fantastically funny, but bringing the world of prestidigitation and mind-bending to our stage. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and welcome Wolfgang Riebe!
Meine Damen und Herren, freut mich, dass Sie da sind. Guten Abend, Damen und Herren. Oh, there's some of them as well. Right, I'm your magician and I'm going to magish for you this evening. Now, before I begin, I have 3 questions I'd just like to randomly ask. And I'm going to take notes on these. What I do have here is a regular notepad, and I have one of those pens that you get for free at the bank. Okay? Imagine, ladies and gentlemen, that you're going to book your next Oceana cruise. It could be here on the Marina, it could be on the Nautica, the Insignia, the Regatta, the Riviera, the Serena, any one of those 6 ships. I'm going to point at someone at random, this gentleman's home. Have we ever met before? Then how do you know it's me? Never mind. Name one of the ships you would book your next cruise on. The Riviera. So I'm just going to make a note of that, so we can verify this a little later. Riviera. Now, what I want you to do is I want you all to think of a destination. It could be the Caribbean, could be the Far East, Alaska, but try and catch me out. You can even have a hypothetical destination, even inland, right? Come up with something crazy. This gentleman here, you're looking at me quite strangely. So, sorry? Denver. I was kidding, you know, never mind. There's always one in a crowd. Right, Denver. Okay, now, what I like is, I know it's a cashless cruise, but imagine you did have money on you in your pocket. You've got to lie on this one and give me an amount. It can be any amount. This young gentleman over here. How much money do you have in your pocket right now? No, you can't say nothing. You've got to give me an amount. This evening, I've got to have the jacket back by 11. Sorry? A quarter. Are we on the right cruise ship here? A quarter? Quarter. Right, damn. And I thought it was going to be an easy evening this evening. Okay. Let me just get rid of this now. A quick question. I've randomly come on the stage, none of you know me. I've asked 3 random questions and I got random answers. I got Oceana Riviera, Denver, and a quarter. I didn't think I was going to get that. It's not going to be a great opening. Okay. Last night I had a premonition, and I have to tell you, this evening I'm feeling much better. And I just carry on for those of you that don't get it, right? And what an experience. I've been on the ship about 4 days, and I've been cruising a few years as an entertainer. Last night was the first time in my life that this has happened. I had a woman knocking on my cabin door until 4 o'clock this morning. Can you believe that? Until 4 this morning. Eventually I let her out, but it was until 4 this morning. And alone in my cabin, I got this feeling that this evening 3 people were going to think of 3 different things. So I wrote this on a letter, folded it in 4, sealed it in an envelope, and put it in my wallet, in this zipper compartment. And I have over here a regular gentleman's wallet, a married man's wallet. The checkbook is empty. Okay? You can see if I open it up like that, there's nothing in there. There's nothing in there. And there's a sealed zipper compartment. Now I'm just going to fetch a microphone over here, because I need someone to verify this. So can we, Mima, can we just have some house lights? So I'm going to use you, sir, if you don't mind, if I can just get you to hold the microphone. Now verify for me, that is a sealed zipper compartment. I'm going to open it like this. Inside is, there we go, an envelope. Does that appear to be a sealed envelope?
Yes.
Yeah, very good. So what I'm going to do now, I've got a scissors over here. I'm just going to cut it open, and I'm going to ask you to read the contents of the letter inside. So I'm just going to cut it open like that. Inside, you can see, is a letter, which I'm going to remove like this. And I want you to read from the top, sir. What's on that letter from the top, please? Oh yes, you're going to have to read it. Can I ask your wife to do it?
Dear everyone on the Oceana Marina, last night I had a premonition that the following information would be of importance tonight, Sunday, July 23rd, 2017. Details are as follows. 1. Name of ship, Oceana Riviera. 2. Destination, Denver. 3. Deposit available, quarter.
Thank you very much. Yeah, right. Thank you very much. Now that I have verified my credentials, may I start? Good. And I don't know about you, do you find that when you go to bed in the evening, you have a glass of water next to your bed? And then you wake up and you drink, but it always runs out before the end of the night, before you wake up. And you have to get up and fill it. So what I have next to my bed, now this is an empty bucket, but I have one of these jugs. I don't know if you've ever seen one of these jugs before. When my glass runs out, what I do is, of course, I empty the water into the bucket like this. But the great thing is, even if I finish the water, and about 6 in the morning when it's too cold to get, but I need more, I just take this and I just empty out some more like that. So I'm going to ask you to remind me to just empty this out every now and then. Fine? Yeah? Between the trips. Good. I'm going to meet a lot of you. We're on the ship together, and I love meeting you, especially if you call me over and say, can I buy you a drink? And, no, seriously, I am drinking too much. The other day my wife said to me, would I toast some bread? And I took my wine glass and I went, here's the bread. Kidding. But I do hope I'm going to meet a lot of you. If you're alone at dinner or at lunch or breakfast, do give me a shout. I'd love to join you and get to know you. And what happens when you're an entertainer on a ship? The audience always asks the magician the same 3 questions. So that you don't bug me with them when we meet, I'm going to cover them now, so we can carry on. The one I get the most is, can you make my wife disappear? No. I have a 3-month waiting list from women that want to get rid of their husbands. The second one that I get is, can I change paper into money? Would I be standing here? Then every now and then I get the third question, which is, oi, what you doing in my cabin? I always judge the crowd by which one they laugh the loudest at. No, I'll stand with you lot. Let's talk about the second one. Can I change paper into money? I did bring part of last night's program with, and I thought, short sleeves, I'm going to tear this in half. Which piece can I change into money? The one in my left hand or the one in the right hand? Left. Normally the audience go both. You're a bit slow still, it's okay. But I heard left. You know, I was at my bank manager the other day, and he said to me, Wolfgang, pull up a chair, sit down, relax. I said, no thanks, I'm comfortable on my knees. Some of us can relate. Which one now, left or right? Both. I'm glad you were listening, but it's too late now. You had the chance earlier. I heard left again. You know, I lent a friend of mine some money for plastic surgery the other day. How dumb is that? Now I have no idea what he looks like. You guys don't get out enough. So I'm going to fold this up real small like this, and you can clearly see it over there, small, yeah? Are you watching clearly? I see everyone's going really quiet. I'm going to move the hands up and down. The reason I do this is you cannot see what I'm doing. And the great thing is, when you unfold it like this, what happens, it changes into a brand new $100 note like that. Now, no, don't stop. Does anyone have a birthday today? Yeah, happy birthday. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to take you around the world. We're going to have a bit of fun. We're going to do some serious things as well. And please do not forget to remind me to keep on emptying this jug. It's going to drive you insane. Now, the next trick I'm going to show you I learned in New York, and I did start my career in London many years ago, and I know some of you are wondering about the accent. He's got a German name and he's got a weird accent. I am German, ich bin Deutscher, I live in Frankfurt, but I married a South African girl, and I learned English in Cape Town. I lived there for 20 years. That's the accent that you hear. But when I started in London, I was fortunate still to fly with the Concorde to New York for the first time. Any of you ever flew the Concorde? What an experience. Takes off from Heathrow, reaches cruising altitude, and the captain comes on the intercom. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to British Airways. On behalf of the... What? And he goes, sorry, did you get a flight? Imagine you on a plane and that happens. We were in shock. About 3 seconds later, he comes back on the intercom. He goes, I apologize for that outburst, ladies and gentlemen. But as I started the announcement, the stewardess walked into the cockpit with a cup of coffee. She tripped. The coffee spilled, landed all over my lap. Hence the, wow! You should see what the front of my trousers looks like. And there was a gentleman 3 seats behind me that shouted out, that's nothing! You should see what the back of mine looks like! Put yourself in that position. And I was upgraded to business class. Have you flown business class before? Posh! They've got silver cutlery there. I don't even have that at home. Now I have. And anyway, it was one of those flights, drank too much, had to pay duty on myself when we landed, get in New York, stay in this hotel with mirrors on the ceiling. I've never. Have you ever slept in a room with mirrors on the ceiling? Man, it's stress. No, it is. I woke up the first morning, I thought I was being attacked by a naked skydiver. Wow! So what I did, I went to Times Square like any decent tourist does, and this New Yorker comes up and he goes, you want $1? And I'm like, yeah, and he took me for 100. He did the famous 3-card Monte. If you're not aware of this, he has 3 cards. 2 black cards and always a red Queen of Hearts. He says, you put the dollar on the Queen. He puts it face down, puts the 2 black cards face down next to it, and he mixes everything real slow. For $1, where's the Queen? Whatever you say, you lose. So I'm going to show it to you. Not just to entertain you, but as a friendly warning, never bet money on it. However, I thought just to be different, I won't show you the New York version of the 3-card trick. I'll show you the Irish version, using 4 cards. You heard about the Irish gentleman that couldn't count to 21 unless he was naked. You'll get it tomorrow. Okay, you will also notice that these are the largest cards made in this size. 3 blanks to confuse you. The ace is the one that you put the dollar on. I am going to cheat. Most magicians would never admit this. I'm telling you I'm going to cheat. And I'll tell you when. I'm going to place the ace over there. I'm going to take one of the blanks, place that on my foot there. That leaves me with 2 blanks and an ace. Are you happy? Good, it'll work. The cheating hasn't started yet. The cheating will start now. The order was blank, ace, blank. So I'm going to bring them from the bottom to the top, opening it slowly. That's a blank. The next card is an ace. And the last card, what's that? A blank. So where is the ace now? Who said the bottom? Who said the middle? Look, I'm going to do this again. Please concentrate. It's always on the foot over here. Am I going too fast for you? Huh? Look, the more you drink, the better my stuff gets. I'll do it again. In fact, I'm going to do this until you like it. Okay, so we place the top blank there. Second chance to catch me out. Now, seeing that it's the Irish version of the 3-card trick, did you hear about the dyslexic Irish Satanist? He sold his soul to Santa. Right, so the ace is in the middle. You know what's coming. I'm going to repeat the exact same move. Square them up. Here we go, from the bottom. First one is a blank. Excellent. Next one is an ace. And the last one is, are you sure? Yeah, it's a blank, right. So where is the ace this time? Somebody actually said the bottom. Who said the middle? Now look, I'm going to do this one more time for you. Please watch the card over there. Now I know some of you are freaking out, and I hear some murmuring back there. You never showed us a blank. They trick cards. They've all got theories. So ladies and gentlemen, is this a blank or an ace? Who said a blank ace? Laminated blank. I will place that against my leg like it was against my leg. Are you sure? Believe me, it is. Last chance to catch me out. Now, see that it's the Irish version of the 3-card trick. Did you hear about the Irishman that took his car for his motor vehicle for a Brazilian wax? came back, the carpet was gone. Right, so the ace is in the middle. You know what's coming. We're going to square them up like this. This time only one move, one blank card on top. Where is the ace now? On the floor. No, ma'am, that's a blank. I showed it to you earlier on. You see, you mustn't get ahead of me like that, because I would have made a lot of money out of you. In fact, I have 3 aces and only 1 blank. Thank you very much. Yeah. Am I going too fast for you? Yeah? Okay. Is there anyone called Philip in the audience? I found your screwdriver. I know. Those are the ones you're going to remember. A lot of people want to know, how did I get into magic? My father was a magician. He says I was his first trick. No, seriously. I did start in the UK. Those of you from the UK on Bruce's Generation game. And back in the 80s. And I was fortunate to do a Royal Command performance. I don't know if you know what that is. It's if you have the honour of performing for the Queen of England. And it opens a lot of doors for you. And the trick I'm going to show you now was her favourite trick in my show. And I'll never forget it. I was a youngster. And I mean, back then we didn't have email and SMS and WhatsApp and technology. We had snail mail. And I'd only seen pictures of the Queen on postage stamps. So for me, had I met her in real life, I wouldn't have known whether to shake her hand or lick the back of the head. And I nearly forgot the water. So what they do is, if it was an auspicious occasion like this evening, they, at the end of the evening, we all stand in a row, and she comes and talks to you. She came up to me and told me this was her favourite trick, and I'll never forget, because you can't answer unless she speaks to you, so you, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. She came up to me, she went, "Oh, Wolfgang, it's such a coincidence. I have a nephew that's a magician. How do you answer Her Majesty on this?" I looked at her and went, "Ma'am, that is a coincidence, because I've got a nephew that's a queen." And I only ever did one Royal Command show. But anyway, this was her favourite trick. Now, apparently, when they explained the secret of this trick to Einstein, he went back to his relatives. Relatively speaking. I don't know why I'm sweating, I got the job. Okay, so, here we go. So, what you have is a tube with 4 pom-poms. A blue one, a yellow one, a green one, and a pink one. The yellow one is connected to the blue one. There is nothing impressive about that. But what intrigues me is that the pink one is actually also connected to the blue one. So these two are connected here, and these two are connected here. And a lot of you are thinking, so what? But hang on, it gets worse. Because you see, not only is the pink one connected to the blue one, it is logically also connected to the green one there. So these two are connected, these two here, and these two there. By the way, do you also get all these funny SMSs and jokes every day on your phones? I've got a great one today. It's awesome with internet on the ship. The word finished and complete. Would you agree that they are similar in meaning? In other words, a synonym, or do you think they are opposite in meaning? No, they're opposite. Because gentlemen, if you meet the right woman in your life, you are complete. However, if you meet the wrong woman in your life, you're finished. But should the right woman catch you with the wrong woman, you are completely finished. Stuff I get. Okay, so when we're, so the yellow one is connected to the blue one, which the blue one is connected to the pink one and the green one, but it doesn't stop there, because the green one is actually also connected to the blue one, which you know is connected to the yellow one, which is connected to the pink one, like that. Whichever way you look at it, they all connected. You can even have both the same length. I know what you're thinking. You must probably have the same hypothesis I had when I saw this for the first time. But you know what really freaks me out? Is there's nothing there. And that's the problem I don't understand. You should see your faces. Oh, I love it when that happens. Okay, right. Man, I'm getting hot. I don't know why I'm getting so hot. Do you mind if I just cool down a bit? Okay, let's not forget the water. Would you, ladies and gentlemen, like me to teach you a trick? Yeah? Something that you can go and do at home for the grandkids, for the kids, whatever, to fool them with. I'm going to show it to you. Hopefully I'm going to catch you with it, and then I'm going to teach you how it works. You need regular water, like that, and you need a souvenir bag like those that you get in the gift shop here. It's going to open up the bag like this, take some water, and you just pour some water in there like that. You can see it going in. Do you agree in a few seconds' time the water will seep through the bottom of the bag? But it's a good quality bag. You turn it over, a drop, nothing comes out. Would you like to know how that works? You see, we live in a world where we're technologically advanced. I recently did a thesis on complexity thinking. And it's interesting how technology has actually made us not realize the obvious. When I show you the secret, you're going to laugh and you can do it immediately. But we just don't think logically. You can go home, do this trick. All you need is a bag and a nappy. I can't handle you fell for that, man. If you'd like to learn some more tricks, I do have a CD in the gift shops. Right, let's get serious. I would very much like the assistance, I nearly forgot, of a lady or gentleman on stage. I want to try an experiment. Do we have someone that's prepared to assist me? They did say they'd be here this evening. Thank you. Alex, please stand over here. Now, before we can do anything, Alex, I have to check whether you're going to be a good assistant. So what I have is a number of cards here, random. I just want you to have a look at that. They're random cards, yeah? I'm just going to show them to everyone that you can see they're random cards. I don't want you to see what I'm going to do now. I'm going to, let's say, take one card like this. Can you all see that card? Yeah? That one. No, you didn't see it. I'm going to place it on top. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you, Alex, to take this card and hold it against your chest like that you can't see it. But that's okay, that's fine. No, did you peek? No, right, okay. So what I have here is another set of cards. And I'm just going to show the audience that these are all different. If Alex chooses the exact same one as she has there, then we're going to work together fantastically. So what I'm just going to shuffle them like this. You just say stop whenever you wish, Alex, whenever you wish. This one? You don't want me to go one further? No. This one, okay? So let's have a look at this card there. What have you got there? Ah, okay, awesome. We're going to work well together. Right, got you on that one. Okay, now, very important. Let's just take a quick check. It's about 2 minutes to 10. So Alex, do you believe in déjà vu? You do. You have heard of it before. I'm going to ask the rest of the ones, you all know what that is. If you were to ask psychologists, what does déjà vu mean? Some of them might say our brain switches off for a millisecond and switches on again. That's why we have that feeling we've been somewhere before. If you ask, let's say, esoteric theorists, they will say that it's astral traveling. Everyone has a hypothesis on this. Is it true, isn't it? Now, Alex, I have over here a number of ribbons. I really want you to choose any one you want. Free choice, they're just 3 random ones, whichever one you want. You can give it a tug, make sure that it's normal. I also have, many ladies are familiar with this, one of these tape measures you get in sewing kits. Would you check that out? Is that also normal? What I'd like you to do, Alex, is I'd like you to take the centimeter side, because it's centimeters and inches. I want the centimeter side because I back the metric system every inch of the way. Measure the length of that ribbon for me. I don't want to touch anything. And just, if you shout out loud, you tell everyone, how long is that ribbon? It's kind of 89, it looks like it. 89, right? You happy with that? Okay. 89, right. I want you to measure 10 centimeters from the top. From the top, yeah, 10 centimeters, very important. And I'm going to cut off 10 centimeters. There we go. So if you just hold that like that for me, and just, are you sure that's 10? Just measure it again. We want to do this exactly. I'll just put if you put that ribbon under the tape measure, and I'll just put the scissors between, that I don't touch it. There we go. So I can see that's 10 over there. So I can just put that there, and I can cut that like that. Okay. Now, without measuring, 10 centimeters from 89 is how much? 79, are you sure? Okay, just checking. Would you give me that piece back? Now, if I go back in time and I concentrate, imagine I took time back and suddenly now it was about 2 minutes to 10, which it was early on. Right? And I took this ribbon because we've gone back in time. Yeah? Then this ribbon shouldn't be in my hand. But by rights, there should be nothing there. By rights, by the way, what was your name again? I've asked you that before. Would you be, I don't want to touch it, would you measure that ribbon for me and just verify for me, how long is that ribbon? 89, it's close to that, yeah? Give her a round of applause. Thank you very much, Alex. You need such support. You can keep the rhythm. let me help you down this, right? Now, I don't know if you know this. In the 20s, a Professor J.B. Ryan at the Durham University in South Carolina invented the ESP symbols to test for extrasensory perception. And if you don't know them, there are 5 of them, right? There's a star, a square, a circle, wavy lines, and a cross. Exactly the same over here. Star, square, circle, wavy lines, and a cross. Which pack would you like? They're identical, if you hold that. Now, Diane, this experiment is called last 2 cards match. So I want us to spell those words, last 2 cards match. Everything is in your hands. Now, what I mean by this is easy. First word is last. First letter is L. For the letter L, do you put your top card to the bottom? Do I put my top card to the bottom? You decide. To the bottom. You do your one. Okay. Who does the A? You or me? That's the next letter in the word last. Who does it? You or me? Top card to the bottom. Yeah, okay, then I do it. Who does the S? You or me? Okay, who does the T? Okay, good. End of the word, pass your top card here. Your top card? No, because. Right? And we throw those away. The next word is to, T-W-O. Who does the T? Right? You or me? No? Okay, to the bottom. Who does the W? T-W-O. No, it's T-W-O. Yeah, or if you... Who's doing the jokes here? Who does the W? Go for it. Who does the O? Okay, end of the word. We throw the top card away again. Give me your top card. So that was last 2. Now the next word's cards, and there's some people sitting there going, they met at dinner and they're in cahoots. So I'm going to ask this lady here. The word is cards. The next one, C-A-R-D-S. Who does the C, Diane or me? No, I'm asking her. Diane, you do the C. The one, just one card. The gentleman next to you, who does the A? Okay. Gentleman next to you, who does the R? Diane. The lady, who does the D? Diane, you do the D. This lady, who does the S? So, had any of you chosen a different outcome, our top cards would be different now. So if you give me your top card, there we go, we throw them away like this, right? We leave them there. The last word is match, Diane, M-A-T-C-H. Who does the M? Who does the A? Who does the T? Who does the C? Who does the H? Thank goodness. Right, do that one, okay? Okay, give me your top card. So we throw those 2 away. You were in control of everything. We involved 5 people from the audience. What are the chances of the last 2 cards matching? I ended up with a square. What did you end up with? Give her a round of applause, Diane. Thank you very much. Awesome. Brilliant. I think it's helped you down there. And I want you to think about that. You could have just decided on one person doing something else, you would have had a different outcome. And let's not forget, very important, about the water. But you know, the part that really gets me is that every pair that we threw away tends to match as well. And that is the part that I really don't understand at all. So I'll let you think about it. Yeah? Oh, right. By the way, can I show you something? Yeah? I just dropped something. Never mind. I teach cognitive processes, brain functioning in the corporate environment. I do memory training. And over the years I've incorporated some of that within the tricks that I do. I enjoy the comedy a lot, but I also enjoy a bit more serious things. And I love working on a cruise liner because the audience is a bit older, and when I show the next item they all know what it is, because millennials don't know what it is. I'm sure you're all aware of what this is. Yeah? You don't get these anymore. A telephone directory for any youngsters in the audience. And because I live in Frankfurt, it's the Frankfurt phone directory. If I were to ask you, give me any telephone number in the phone directory in Frankfurt, if you know people there, and I will tell you where it is in here. Will that impress you? I ain't going to do it though, because that's impossible. Right. So I know this gentleman needs his reading glasses, so I'm going to... So can you look through there and check that that's a normal phone directory? Yeah? Just, okay, that's fine. I would like to find a phone number in this directory. Now, you know, for many years, my mother wanted me to become a fortune teller. And I never saw future in it. So what I did is I started studying psychokinesis. Anyone that believes in that, please raise my hand. No, seriously. I am a medium. Some people call that a psychic. I'm just curious. Have any of you ever been to a psychic before? Yes or no? You know what I don't understand? When you go to a psychic, you have to make an appointment. That's dumb. They should know you're coming, right? And when I tell people I'm a medium, they go, prove it. I can. It says on my underpants, medium. So what I'm going to do, I have over here a portable handheld communications inscriber, a pen for short. I also have a notepad. I'm going to ask 3 different people in the audience to write down any 6-digit number horizontally underneath each other. It can be the first 6 digits of your credit card number, your whatever, okay, right? Any 6-digit numbers underneath each other. We'll get 3 people to write our numbers. We'll get a 4th person to add them together. In that way, by involving a few of you, I have no control over the end result. Should that be a phone number, that's the number I look for in there. Would you be happy with this? Yeah? Okay. So not that everyone thinks I'm only picking on the front. I'm now going to walk into the audience, your favorite part of my show. You can touch. Right? Thank you very much. So would you just write any 6-digit number horizontally across there? I was doing this the other day in the theatre, and there was a gentleman lying across 5 of the seats, breathing heavily. And I said to him, where do you come from? And he said, the balcony. Would you hand that to the lady next to you? Would you write another number underneath there? Now, very important, have I touched that notepad? No. Those are 2 random numbers so far. That is incredibly important, right? Would you give it to the gentleman next to you, man? The notepad? Let him take the notepad. Yeah? Would you write another number underneath there? So we now... By the way, did you hear about the chap that got lost in the country? And he was hungry, and eventually he finds a monastery. And they take him in the kitchen, and there's a brother making chips. So he asks him, are you the friar? And he said, no, I'm the chipmunk. Okay, take the pen out, close it, give everything to the lady next to you, and would you pass it on? And the pen. Pass it on. Just pass it down the row until we get to somebody that's comfortable with addition. Please don't pass it the whole evening. Okay? I'm going to move this way. Is anybody good at adding? You can have a few people verifying around you as well. I'd like you to open it up and add those 6 digits together. And it's actually coming out. There's the gentleman there, right? So as you learned in school, from right to left, 1 and 1 and to the bottom, right, total. Ladies and gentlemen, are you happy that I never touched that? Are you happy that I have no control over the number that's going to come out there? Right. Whatever that number is, I'm going to attempt it. That was fast. What is the total that you got? Hang on, let's just bear with me on this. Let me write it down. What did you say? 7? Yeah? Yeah? 6-9. Right. Thank you very much. Let me just get that back from you. You have checked the phone book out, sir. Are you happy that that's a regular phone book? No, I'd like my notepad and pen back, please. Is that a regular phone directory? Yeah? Do you know why there are, thank you so much, do you know why there are so many Schmidts in the German phone directory? Because they all have phones. It's like this German fellow went to the States and he went into a pub in Boston. He said, can I have 2 martinis, please? And the bartender said, dry, sir. He said, nein, I said 2. Right. Okay, serious. 748569. You have the phone directory there. If you've paged through it, every page has got 4 columns, like this. I would like you to open the phone directory for me on page 570. 570. Once you've found that page, please verify that you have found that page. Yeah? That page has got 4 columns, 4 rows of numbers, correct? I'd like you to look at the third row of numbers, the third row. Put your finger on the top number and count down with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The 9th number. What is the 9th number? 9th number. On the third row. This evening. The only what? What are the numbers? Oh, my apologies. Not the third row, the second row. The second row. Sorry, that's the new edition. I'm going on the old edition. The new edition, you count down the 9th number. In the second row, the 9th number down. What is that number? Don't lose the place. Keep the place. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Would you like the name and address? Yeah. You're kidding me. Sir, I will attempt to give you the surname. The surname, Stefan Albert. Yes? Thank you. Do you want the address? He's moved. Now, I'll give you the address. It's a weird road. Savigny 33. Am I right? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Regular phone. Can you handle one more? I don't know if I can. Right, one more for you. Just before we do that, let's just... I know. I'm going to finish off now because I have another show to rehearse for next March. And a lot of you are now sitting contemplating, how did I do that? I'm telling you, it's a combination of mathematical probability and memory. But I know most of you don't believe me on that. So I want to prove to you that you can actually do anything with your mind. You can really, literally do the impossible. I want each and every one of you to think of any number between 34 and 100. Merely think of a number between 34 and 100. If I ask you to shout out a number, a lot of you are going to say, I waited until I heard a certain number. So I again have to convince you that the number I get, I could not have known beforehand. How do I do this? I'm going to ask you, man, to hold this ball. In a few seconds' time, I'm going to ask you to throw it behind you to someone. Try and aim it at someone. The first person that catches it throws it again to a second person, who throws it to a third person. Are you in agreement that the third person in this room, to catch that ball, I have no control over? Yeah? So please throw it once to anyone. Great. Second time to somebody else. Great. And third time, final time to somebody else. Any direction you wish. If it falls near you, whoever, just hold the ball up, whoever has it. Right. So all I need you to say is yes or no. Nothing at the moment. Do you have a number in your mind between 34 and 100? Good. I have over here the felt pen I had early on. I know because I felt it. It's a permanent marker. It says so on here. Oh no, it's rubbed off. I'm going to draw 16 blocks openly in front of you like this, so that you can see nothing is prepared. Right? Now let's recap. You all thought of a number between 34 and 100. We randomly selected a gentleman from the audience who's thinking of a number. For the first time, sir, shout your number out loudly now. 75. 75. What I'm going to do is I'm going to write some numbers over here as I'm chatting with you. Now I want you to bear in mind, I'm writing these numbers as I'm talking to you, which makes the whole thing a lot more difficult for me. I don't know yet. Okay, so, do you agree that took about 6 seconds to complete those 16 squares? We had any number. So, if we look at it horizontally from here, 7 and 12 is 19, 1 is 20, and 55 is 75, your number. The next row, 11 and 8 is 19, 2 is 21, and 54 is 75, your number. The third row, 5 and 10 is 15, 3 is 18, 50, 70, 75, your number. The last row, 9 and 6 is 15, 19, 50, 75. Now if that doesn't freak you out, I'll do it vertically. 4 and 5 is 9, 11 is 20, 55 is 75. 1 and 8 is 9, 19, 75. This way, 6 and 3, 9, 21, 75. 7, 2, 9, 9, 18, 57, 75. If that doesn't freak you out, I'll do it diagonally for you. 9 and 3 is 12 and 8 is 20, 55 is 75. This way, 4 and 10 is 14, 7 is 21 and 54 is 75. If that doesn't freak you out, the 4 in the middle. 8 and 10 is 18, 3 is 21 and 54 is 75. Hound out the numbers in each corner. 4, 9 is 13 and 7 is 20, 55 is 75. Each quarter, 1 and 8 is 9, 20, 75. There. Now you can clap.
Thank you very much. Have a wonderful evening. Good night. Thank you very much. And gentlemen, thank you very much. Wolfgang Riebe. Oh, Wolfgang, come on back. Take it out. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time.